Malaysia Hari Ini dan seterusnya kita ingin membincangkan satu topik yang cukup istimewa dan kami di Malaysia Hari Ini cukup berbangga kerana ketibaan seorang komposer, penyanyi dan juga seorang penulis yang cukup dikenali ramai dan menjadi sumber inspirasi buat masyarakat dunia sebenarnya. Dan saya memegang sebuah buku yang bertajuk Why I Still Carry a Gitar. Ini satu buku yang cukup memberi inspirasi buat seluruh dunia saya kira. Dan buku ini ada dalam dua bahasa, English dan juga bahasa Melayu. Dan kita tampilkan terus tamu yang cukup kami hormati sekali iaitu Encik Yusuf Islam. Hi, nice to meet you. Welcome to Malaysia Hari Ini.
Thank you.
Alright, dan juga kita ada bersama Muhammad Hari Ini selaku pengarah urusan Institut Terjemahan dan Buku Malaysia ITBM. Selamat datang.
Terima kasih.
Okey. Sebelum kita bertanya kepada Yusuf Islam, mungkin Encik Muhammad Khair nak kongsikan sedikit mengenai keterujaan pihak ITBM sendiri untuk menerbitkan buku yang cukup memberi sumber inspirasi kepada seluruh masyarakat. Silakan.
Kami menemui buku ini pertama di Sharjah International Book Fair bulan November yang lalu saya fikir. Dan kita melihat bahawa buku Why I Still Carry a Gitar sebenarnya adalah buku yang patut dibaca oleh rakyat Malaysia.
Betul.
Ada beberapa sebab. Pertama ditulis oleh Yusuf Islam, Cat Steven dulunya. Dan yang kedua ialah dia menceritakan perjalanan kehidupan beliau melihat bagaimana sebenarnya muzik itu boleh membawa orang kepada kebaikan dan kebenaran. Sebab itu kita kongsikan buku ini untuk masyarakat Malaysia.
Bahasa Melayu dikeluarkan.
Dalam bahasa Melayu.
Mengapa saya masih memetik gitar. Okey, Steven, Yusuf, first question to you. What inspired you to come up with this special book?
Well, actually, my history was music. I mean, all my life, since the age of 17, I was in music, and so it has always been a very big part of my life. And then when I discovered Islam, I discovered something even greater than music. It was explaining to me this universe, explaining to me who I am, what I must do, how to improve my life. And then comes the story, which is what I describe in the book, of how there came some tension between my life as a Muslim and rock and roll. And, is there a connection between music and Islam? Definitely not necessarily rock and roll, but music. Then it took me 21 years, to study this subject and to feel comfortable. In the meantime, I was making music, or you may say records for children, with just the duff, the tambourine, and just the voice. And generally we call that nasheeds, But if you take nasheeds to the Western market, says, I want to hear something more, They want production, and not just that, it's a whole art. Music is an art. And so it took me 21 years to discover that, how to use music as a means of communicating, as a language, to tell people not to be frightened of Islam, to welcome the message that we bring, peace, and part of the human let's say needs or requirements is to do with aesthetics. We like someone when they look good. We like smell, we like good food, and for the ears, we must also have pleasant sounds. But not disturbing. So that's why I've never been a rock and roll, but I used to make music.
So in other words, music unite all Muslims around the world.
It can do. I mean, I know there are still objections. There are some people who would say, oh, this is not Islamic. But, neither is a car. It was not the time of the Prophet, peace be upon him. There was camels, but it doesn't mean that we necessarily have to keep on riding camels. we utilize what Allah has given us, what God has given us, but for good things. And so there's good music and there's bad music. I think we have to be careful about knowing that there are two types of music as well.
Yes, I understand. Dan mungkin Encik Khair boleh lihat buku ini begitu istimewa sekali. Perjalanan hidup Yusuf Islam sendiri kan dalam meniti hari-harinya sebagai seorang Muslim. Dan bagaimana melihat sambutan yang diterima rakyat Malaysia setakat ini setelah buku ini dikeluarkan 3 hari lalu?
Buku ini dikeluarkan, maaf saya, 7 hari lalu.
7 hari lalu, okey.
Sewaktu Pesta Buku Antarabangsa Kuala Lumpur. Dia sentiasa dalam top 10 list paling banyak dibeli oleh pelanggan. Jadi mereka teruja dengan buku ini. Ini bukan memoir hidup Yusuf Islam, bukan. Tapi lebih kepada pandangan beliau, terutamanya tentang muzik dan memetik gitar. Dan saya fikir ini yang patut dikongsi bersama, dan buku ini mendapat sambutan yang hangat di Pesta Buku Antarabangsa Kuala Lumpur yang sedang berlangsung sekarang.
Dapat sambutan yang menggalakkan juga lah.
Sangat
So
baik.
many people like your book so much. Then I believe that the book itself you dedicated to all your fans out there. So what are the messages that contains the book?
Well, actually, it's more than just music, because when I embraced Islam, it was 1977. That was before the Iranian Revolution. And so Islam was like Orientalism. You know, carpets, food, images of, I don't know, Aladdin, you know. So that was the idea, or moons and stars, you know. So nobody knew anything. When I became Muslim, it was very quiet. Then came everything that started happening in the world. My God, you know, then the world changes. Now Islam has become the #1 issue on everybody's front page. And for me, I had to be balancing between, first of all, my Western upbringing, because I understand how people can be frightened, because if they don't know something, how easy it is for them to be scared. And how to try and convey the real heart of the peaceful message of Islam in a world which is full of basic injustice, and there's a lot of conflicts. In the Muslim world, there are countries which have never had a good governance, and so people are poor, and then they express themselves violently. You know, so how do we interpret? So the book actually contains a history of how, you know, I passed through these periods and came out realizing that so many people in this world just have no idea. All they read is the headlines, and they're usually horrible, and they're frightening, you know. And so we have a big job to do to try and, first of all, educate ourselves, and also to educate others about the real truth of Islam, which is that we want peace. And we all want to be happy.
Correct.
You know. And not just here, we like to be happy there too. You know, so there's a big message, big message.
So what are the obstacles that you face throughout the journey, your journey, for example?
The obstacles, I think the biggest obstacle is ignorance, you know, ignorance and prejudice. So, because everybody has a kind of a picture which when they're born into an environment or into a society. So if you have America, you know, Americans usually are very open-minded. But there seems to be a kind of a sort of a shadow which affects their understanding of Islam, because
you have to clear it, actually.
I said, this is the point. You have to shine a light. And when there's darkness, you shine a light. And I think that's really what we're trying to do.
So I understand this is not your first book. You came up with a children's book, you know? Maybe you can share with us.
Yeah. Well, before this, of course, I was involved in making CDs for children. My first song was for my first daughter. Was A is for Allah. A is for Allah. You think that's an obvious title, you know. Somebody should have written that before me. But anyway,
Nobody doing that.
Simple, you know. So, but then I wrote this song with all the letters of the alphabet, and we made this book. and now actually that's going to become an exhibition.
Wow.
It's a fantastic project.
Fantastic, yeah.
I did the life of the last prophet, because many people, again, they have no idea who is the prophet. You know, what was his life? What was his character?
They want to know.
Yeah, they want, or they don't know, and they need to know.
Yes.
They need to know. So, and then the story of Adam, because all of us actually are one family.
Yes, correct.
All one family. We're all two heart, everything.
It's just the same.
We are human beings. Yeah. And you know, if you take the blood, you may have the same blood as I do.
Yeah, same color.
Same color, not just color, but A1, whatever they, you know, A, B, or whatever it is. So the point is that we're all one family, and so the story of Adam was a very, I think, important book to teach children. We all come from one family, and we all have one enemy.
Yes.
You know, the enemy, the devil.
Yes.
Right? So if you don't know your enemy, it's very easy for you to be tricked, or for you to be attacked.
Yes.
And you don't even know where is this coming from. You think it's him, you think it's her, you think it's that country, this country. It's not. It's that same old devil. So it's
we have
teaching,
to understand that. Yeah.
Yeah, teaching children through the story of Adam this very important lesson.
Yes.
So I'm also writing a bigger book now. It's going to take a lot more time to translate. But this bigger book is to explain, especially to non-Muslims, some of the things that I went through in the very young days. Because this is a very short book. I mean, I love this book because it's very simple and very easy to read.
I believe that everybody loves this book. Okay, sedikit harapan pihak ITBM sendiri dalam penerbitan kali ini.
Harapan kami adalah supaya sebenarnya buku ini akan membuka mata kita.
Yeah.
Pertama, buku ini tidak ditulis begitu saja. Kajian Sheikh Yusuf Islam selama 21 tahun melihat, mengkaji sendiri, dan ini mempunyai nilai intelektual yang cukup tinggi. Jadi kita mengharapkan buku ini akan menjadi tanda aras baru kepada penulis-penulis di Malaysia dan juga aktivis yang faham bidang mereka, tapi menulis dengan penuh semangat untuk memaklumkan kepada semua masyarakat Islam dan bukan Islam tentang sesuatu subjek. Dan tentulah subjek sebahagiannya muzik. Dan saya fikir ini usaha yang cukup kita sanjung tinggi. Thank you very much, sir, for actually writing this book, because I think this is one of the greatest thing to the Malaysian.
Yes, correct.
Not only your fan, but Malaysian community.
I like to say thank you to Rehan.
Yeah.
Rehan was one of the groups from Malaysia inspired me to do nasheeds and to do things. So I thank you as well.
Okay, before we end our session this morning, maybe any words to all your fans out there, you know, your followers out there who's been supporting you ages?
Well, I like to say salam, salamu alaikum, peace be with you, and also thank you very much for giving me such support. I love Malaysia. Malaysia is a flower, you know. As far as I can see, it's a flower of culture which expresses Islam in a beautiful way.
Yes.
And I pray that even if we have in politics a little bit of argument or disagreement, the overall message of Malaysia is that there is one beautiful nation here which is very attractive, and people love coming to Malaysia. I do. I love to be here.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you so much. Okay, all the best for your book and everything from you. Alright, terima kasih banyak diucapkan kepada Yusuf Islam dan juga Muhammad Khair selaku pengarah urusan Institut Terjemahan dan Buku Malaysia ITBM. Semoga anda dapat memiliki buku ini, Mengapa Saya Masih Memetik Gitar ataupun Why I Still Carry a Guitar. Semoga memberi inspirasi kepada semua. Kita akan berehat seketika. Sekembali nanti kita akan bersama dengan artis paling manja di Malaysia. Siapa lagi kita bukan? Ella. Jangan ke mana-mana.